Assalamualaikum,
Baik.
Sabrina.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yes. Okay. Hi, how are you? How?
Good.
Ya, berapa orang team
Balik.
ni? Hmm.
Ada 5 orang.
Lima orang kan?
Mm-mm.
Maybe you would like to introduce yourself first before I introduce myself.
Alright. So I will go first. My name is Nursarina Najah binti Muhammad Rafi. I am the moderator of this Google Meet for today. Next.
Hi, my name is Nur Alia binti Arizoin. Miss can call me Alia.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Alia. And the
Hi,
rest?
my name is Nuri Najwa binti Alim. Miss can call me Nurin.
Sabrina. Okay. Alicia. Then,
Good morning, madam. My name is Padma Priya Paramasivam.
Padma. So, all of you is in what year?
Second year.
Second year. And then you took
Yeah.
public relation for your course? Is it a degree or diploma?
Degree.
Degree course. Second year for public relation.
Yes.
Okay. So your school, what was the name of your school? Because maybe from your time and my time is quite different. My background, I took mass communication in UiTM. So in mass communication in UiTM, they have a few sequence, which is public relation, broadcasting, journalism, publication, and also advertising. Maybe different university, different, the different sequence or different types of different names that they put under the school. How about in UNISA? I can't hear you, Sabrina.
Sorry. So during the first semester, we learned about the basic of communication because it's related with PR, right? Also, we learned about um, media since our course is public relations with contemporary media. So our major is public relation, but we also have minor in media contemporary.
Oh, okay. So this is so what was the name of this assignment? I mean for you to conduct this interview, and then what is the end result that you need from this?
The subject is Public Relations Foundation, and the goal is to know what will we can apply when we work from this interview. Like maybe after this sharing session and interview session, what you will share with us, we can apply it after we graduate or while we are finishing our studies in here.
Okay, so you want to know what is the typical week for PR practitioner, right? Okay, my background is actually, I told you just now, my background is actually in mass communication. I graduated with a degree in mass communication, but majoring in broadcasting. Sometimes when you study, not necessarily, when you enter the workplace, the scenario, the industries are different. Okay, maybe you are a PR, because public relation is very wide, and it depends on which industry that you work with. Yeah, I think Putri Arisha, you are in your class, or I heard
Uh,
background.
yes, yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So for PR practitioner, it depends on where the location or which industry that you work with. Yeah. So typical week for PR practitioner. Firstly, because when you are a PR practitioner, sorry, I lost my voice actually. Suara serak ni. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What is PR? Public relation. So when you work with a PR department. Sometimes if PR company, of course, is a consultant for PR company, but you are a PR practitioner. You are the one who will, you and your team is the one that supposed to maintain, to build reputation for the company, to maintain positive image for the company. So the typical week, you need to know, the current situation, what's going on in the world, not in the world lah, what is going on based on your industry that you work with. Contoh macam, okay, you work with Astro, for instance, you work with entertainment industry. So you may need to know the current situation, what's going on in the industry. Who's who? Contoh, oh, sekarang ni trending siapa, artis mana. So which channel that sekarang ni tengah hot, and then which channel that people tengok, drama mana semua. Because I started my career as a journalist. As a journalist in Kumpulan Karang Craft, I work with Media Prima, which is Media Prima dulu ada 97, TV3 semua kan. And then after that, I joined Kumpulan Karang Craft as an entertainment journalist. So the industry is what? Not only as a journalist, but my colleague who worked with PR department at that time. So he or she need to know the overall industry and what's going on, so that whoever work with PR department, a PR practitioner, he or she need to maintain the reputation for the company. You are the vehicle for the company to promote the positive image of the company. Not only the company, or sometimes you want you work with record labels. When you work with record labels, you need to promote artists, or you need to promote a group. Yes, macam tu. So you need to build up the good image of your artist, of your kumpulan mana-mana yang you buat lah, contoh kan. So contoh, if you work with industry, and which industry are you in? Are you in telco industry? So if you work within telco industry, like macam Celcom ke Maxis ke apa, you need to know the trend, macam mana, what is your, the clientele. So you need to know yang ni lah. And then when you know the trend semua tu, you need to inform lah your kira stakeholders, yeah, especially about your company, what's your company stand on, and then not necessarily on that, not only on promotion. Dia ada banyak on sometimes crisis management. You need to know people dah condemning about you or your product, and then you didn't know anything about it and how you want to solve it, kan. So yang itu memang selalulah. So dulu those days, yang dia dah masuk yang second question yang tu kan. Those days, my era is not sama macam your era lah. Those days what we did as a PR, because I worked with Astro before, in corporate, we call it strategic communication. And I've worked also with the ministry. I work with Astro, doing corporate communication is part of PR. So what we did pagi-pagi, we have to read newspapers, all sorts of newspapers, the print media at that time. And I'm talking about in the year of 2006, 2007. Yeah. So we as a PR practitioner, we need to know the current news, the current situation. But how we get the media, we have to buy the newspaper. Kena beli lah surat khabar apa semua tu kan. We have to, if we have events in southern, northern, sometimes dekat Sabah Sarawak, we need to buy the actual newspaper, and then we need to analyse, we need to do the summary semua kan. But then when sekarang dah transition to digital media, it's easier for the PR practitioner to that. Everything you can get in the internet, Google, through the social media. So it easier for you guys now actually. It's easier for you guys. Yeah? And then of course when it's easy, now people going to digital, in terms of social media also different, expanding more on the media approach is different. So how you want to craft and make use of the digital world, so that this digital world can fulfill your KPI, can accommodate to your needs, so that your company, your product semua will be in trend, will be in line with the industry what is the industry want. Yeah. No point if you want macam shop sendiri saja kan, you sendiri je tahu apa produk you, apa company you, but you have to deliver it to the public, to your stakeholders. That's why very, and then one thing you need to learn more now, because in this new digital era, every day is a new thing. There's a new development, new technology, new things. You need to be, at par with the, with the industry lah. And you need to know who's who in the industry, the subject matter expert, your client, your competitors also, through the digital media. Okay, PR is not only for media. I mean, you also need to study your competitors, your background, the low hanging fruit. What are the juice of it, the juice of your product, so that your product will be in trend lah, in the market. You have to study the strength, the weakness. Of course, there will be other departments. I mean, there will be marketing, sales. That's why as a PR practitioner, you need teamwork. You need to have network. Everything is related actually. You're not only the PR, you also the salesperson actually, because even though there will be sales and marketing department, yeah, whenever you work nanti in the workforce, in the industry, there will be sales department, marketing department, depending on which industry that you work with. Of course, a PR practitioner, you need to work together with other department. That's why networking is very important lah. And then of course, you mentioned how important is writing in a career. As a PR practitioner, you need to know how to write. It's not a normal writing, but you need to know the content. You have to study first. What are your content? Before you know your content, you need to know your industry. You need to know what is your product, what you want to promote, and then everything you need to study, and then you have to strategize it to make your writing complete, the content very precise, so that when people read, because writing is not only on writing, macam dulu karangan sekolah semua, writing is very wide, what your writing depends on which platform that you want to promote. And then, are you writing for social media? Are you writing for your TikTok video? You have to write. You have to do storyboard. But what are the wordings that needs to be placed in your writing? And then you need to know. Okay, the content that you do is for which platform, and how the platform can promote. You cannot just simply do writing. Okay, if you okay, for advertising agency, for advertising student, maybe they will know about the colors, kan? Okay, what color suits for food industry? Food industry is always about red and yellow. And how is your writing? Because when you work with organization, for instance FMG, in the food industry, so you will support the PR person, will support in terms of publication, everything, will support the promotion people, will support the marketing people, will support the sales people. They will depends on you on the writing. So you are the one, you are the custodian of the writing materials, writing production for the company, right? Be it for video, corporate video, for your teaser advertisement in the TV, radio, or in social media. So you are the custodian of the writing. How to get it? Of course, you need to collaborate, or sometimes you need to work together with your internal stakeholder. And you need to study who are your internal stakeholder in order for you to come up with a good writing. Okay, that one is on promotion lah, right? Promotion writing. And how about the report writing? If you need to know, so for the report writing, you need to know apa? Contoh macam if annual report, you need to be you need to know a bit about the financial of the company. So you need to work together with finance people, for instance, because in terms of numbers, ya. You don't want just to be the orang kata apa macam hanya jadi transporter saja kan. So you need to know, you need to know what is your content. And then in terms of that, okay, you mentioned what is your opinion on ethics in PR You want to know PR ethics, okay? Advocacy is very important lah, okay? Depending where you work, yeah. Contoh, as a, you need to be honest in your writing. How? You need to get the facts right. Okay, sometimes maybe you work with developer ke kan, contoh macam regulatory industry ke kan, you need to get the facts right in terms of the numbers, in terms of the figures kan. So before you deliver your content, the facts must be right lah, and then you have to get two side of opinion. Yeah, sometimes contoh in crisis management, crisis writing, you need to get semua punya opinion lah. Okay, I give example. Okay, I've worked with the largest iron ore company in the world in 2011, which is I don't have to mention the name lah. The largest iron ore company in the world. So this largest company in the world, they have about 338 branches all over the world. I'm sorry, 138 worldwide. Yeah, okay. So they venture into Malaysia and they bought land in Teluk Rubiah Golf Resort in Lumut. Okay, I'm one of the corporate communication practitioner at that time. So when they bought the land, they bought together with all the graveyard. Ada tanah kubur kat situ. Yang dah berusia 100 over years. Okay, how to manage? And then of course lah, when you bought the land belongs to you lah. But you have the social obligation. In terms of ethical, beretika tak beli, kita dah beli kan. Tapi you need to maintain, you need to handle public perception, because it will involve your company. Even though you say, they bought the land. So, dah lah, pergi ambil mayat-mayat tu, keluarkan. This is my land. I don't care. You just take your, semua nenek moyang punya mayat tu, keluarkan. I want this land. No. As a PR practitioner, in terms of that, how you manage it. So, when we are dealing with this kind of situation, even though you are right, okay, legally you are right, you already bought the land, but you bought the land together with tanah kubur, dah berusia lebih beratus tahun. How you want to handle it? Kita dapat bantahan daripada penduduk lah semua, kenapa beli lah. Of course, involve political, regulatory matters, involve the religious punya kind of thing kan. At that time, I in charge, memang kita kena pindahkan kubur, kita pindahkan kuil Hindu, and also Buddhist punya kat situ. So in terms of this, you need to liaise with the religious punya departments lah in that. So you have to work with, this is kan, you cannot, kalau ikutkan, kalau ada kata okay, I'm being the owner, suka hati I lah, this is my land, and then whoever yang bought tu is a Brazilian company. I work with a Brazilian company. So based on Malaysian punya Malaysian yang membenarkan dia beli, kan, dia tak salah, So tapi how to handle this penduduk ni, yang Muslim, yang Hindus, yang ni. So we work with religious department, masing-masing punya agama. So we handle it. Of course lah, there's a lot of things lah. So you have to study pro and cons. There's a lot of negotiation semua. And then bersetuju, kita pindahkan kubur. So bila pindah, is our land, kita take up the cost, and then kita offer lagi pampasan. Those are the things yang macam ni apa. So we as macam at that time, I work with the Brazilian company, as a social punya obligation, we did that. By right, if in terms of legal, we don't have to do that. That's our land. We already bought the land. Tapi lah yang lain-lain tu kan. So but we did that. So those are the things yang you need to handle lah in terms of media, and in terms of media pun in terms of stakeholder pun ya juga kan. So another situation, I just want to share my experience. I work with Astro before. I'm not sure because your era ni baru you all semua muda kan. And in my time, during Astro dulu ada Akademi Fantasia. Pernah tak? Pernah dengar Akademi Fantasia? Okay. And during my time, Academy Fantasia is CE program. Everyone will drop everything just to to watch AF. And then at that time, Maui is the top, the top artist masa at that time lah. When he had a wedding, everyone wanted to sponsor. So because I'm at corporate communication department in Astro, I'm in charge of Maui punya the programs, and we have to work together with the program, the channel managers for Astro Ria, Astro Prima semua lah. So because I'm coming from the corporate, from Astro corporate affairs, so in charge of corporate com. So in terms of protocol wise, everything is under our department. Okay, so during Maui wedding, we had to invite. Okay, protocol also falls under us. At the time, public relation corporate com. Sometimes the names is okay. Itu on Astro. I just want to share with you. In our government, before 2009, the department who in charge of PR called PR department, and the staff, the employees under PR department, they call it pegawai penerangan. When the cabinet reshuffle in 2009, pertukaran Prime Minister Tun Najib, Tun Razak, so the department is called komunikasi korporat. But the staff is from penerangan, and also they hired because they want something new for the government, because dulu semua yang is under kaki tangan kerajaan, is under Jabatan Penerangan to all the ministry. We have 26 ministry in Malaysia. Okay, so at that time, so I'm from Astro, so I worked in the government in 2009 when the cabinet reshuffle. So at that time, I was the head of corporate communication for the Ministry of Energy, Green Technology and Water. Because before that, the name is KETAP, Kementerian Tenaga Air Komunikasi. When the cabinet reshuffle, I head the corporate communication department. Under me, about 30 staff lah. So we segregate based on the department. Under corporate communication, we have crisis management who handles aduan apa semua tu. We have public relation, we have government relation, we have media. We have at that time social media was not ni lah, but then we also did our social media but through emails and whatnot. So coming back to Astro, okay. In Astro, when in the government, of course, PRO or communication handles protocol when it comes to events. Yeah, so you need to, of course, have the press release, everything, and then what will you do? Okay, if you have to follow the book, of course, in terms of protocol, who's who, in terms of seating arrangement, who's who first for you for them to get the front row seating. In Maui's case, okay, we invited all the royalties. We invited all the ministers. Okay, in terms of protocol, Tun will be the first one. Okay, kalau ada Agung dulu, Sultan dulu, and then barulah ministers, and then Tun, whoever ada title Tun, dia kena dulu. But we have one royalties which is third in line. Okay, royalties kalau dia nak raja, of course dia raja muda, of course dia didulukan sebelum menteri. Okay, ini bila kita dah duduk, dia ada third in line, means dia third in line. Dia punya ranking duduk kerusi tu tak sama. Menteri dulu, Tun dulu, dia kemudian, walaupun dia anak raja. We have the situation whereby in terms of ethical, there's the ethic lah. We have to call lah, even though you are the demand, because he's the royalty, he demand to sit in front. If he sit in, because when talking about broadcasting industries, and then contoh Maui wedding is live telecast. It's not recording that you can record, you can cut and edit all the, the footage. Maui wedding at that time is live. And then why dia dah macam it's like your time ni BTS lah kan, ke Blackpink lah contoh. Semua orang nak pergi, kalau wedding Blackpink ke apa semua nak pergi kan. So it's live. BTS lah contoh. Tapi BTS tu just imagine contoh dia is Malaysian contoh. Everyone want to go to BTS. Everyone to ni. But then you have to have us. You, of course, you still need, in terms of ethical, you still need to follow the protocol in terms of seating arrangement. And it's live semua. It's live semua, people will know, cik, apa ni protocol, kenapa Tun duduk belakang, Tun supposed to duduk depan. So that situation, that's very interesting, challenging situation. So this involves a PR practitioner, how to deal with this, this situation. So you have to deal with the protocol officer from various department, from JPM, from the state itself. Okay, this royalty come from Adura. I don't want to mention which state, but he is not, because he is the third in line. He's not the second in line. Okay, so how we handle the situation, because so we need to go and see Tun lah. Go and see Tun, and Tun managed to give his seat. That's how we deal with it. So when Tun managed to give his seat, so Tun duduk belakang, dia duduk depan. Contoh. That's why negotiation is very important, and how you handle is very important. Your PR skills is very important. The tone and the language that you use is very important. The choice of word also is very important in public relation. Because you need to manage in the situation. Those are the things. Bukan senang jadi PR. Kalau PR just for promotion is senang lah. But when you work in a PR department, you are not only in charge of promotion of the product, the promotion for the company. You're in charge of everything. The crisis management, when it comes on crisis management, how you handle it, and what are the content you need to, you need to do lah. Okay. How you manage the situation. You have to identify the problem. Why kan kita decide to talk to Tun? In case lah Tun okay. Kalau Tun jenis yang macam okay, what juga, no, I want my place. What want to do as a host? Apa nak buat kan? So Alhamdulillah lah at that time. So we can manage the situation, because it is live. Lagi beberapa minit nak live. You need to have the decision at that time, at once. Tak boleh nak pergi, tak boleh nak tunggu, okay, tak apalah, nak decide tomorrow. No. It's live means you on the dot, bekerja now. You have to make the decision now. Those are the things that that we've been dealing dulu kan. And then of course, is there any question? You can ask questions if you want. Any question? Is it now?
I have a question. Okay, so you mentioned about how you work from Karangkraf to with the government. So with those kind of amazing experiences working in PR that you have, how do you manage to lay your job like from Karangkraf to government? A variety of experiences in your career. How do you do
Yeah.
that?
Okay, actually it's kind of interesting, because it's part of experience. Yeah, you learn through experience. Okay, learning is very wide. You can learn yourself. You can Google apa semua learning, but sometimes learning is through your experience or through other people's experience. That's why you need to network. Okay, in public relation, you cannot work alone. You have to work in teamwork, and then you have to know, okay, you who in your industry, you have to network with them. Okay, and then you need to know, because okay, you need to adapt to the situation. because public relation is very wide. When it comes to public relation, of course, tapi in which industry that you are in, some, and then the industry in the world too is very wide also. You might work with telecommunication industry, you might work with apa macam energy industry. Energy industry is not only on TNB. There's renewable energy, there's sort of a solar energy companies, you recycle companies like Senviro, and then oil and gas companies, not only Petronas. That we have a lot. So that's why you need to know. So the transition from me, I work as a journalist, of course, as a journalist dulu, even though I work in entertainment industry, interview artis semua, but then it's very wide also. Sebab not only on that, but we interviewed artists based on other perspective as well. Yeah, I was the one who last time who introduced a celebrity cookbook. At that time in 19, you tak lahir lagi kot. In 1990, no, 1999, 2000, okay. That was the first celebrity cookbook produced by Kumpulan Karang Craft Sdn Bhd. Okay, buku buku cooking lah. So that will involve writing juga kan. So the writing, the content, of course. Okay, the different is the industry because Kumpulan Karang Craft sells magazine at that time. And also they have newspaper kan. Tapi the transition, of course, they do have their PR. So it's easier for the PR person lah to handle it because they have journalists. What will happen if you work with a company who doesn't have the publication part kan? So you have to do it. You have to write. Okay, and then after that, I joined bank AM Finance, doing product development. Of course, in writing, and also we deal also with because I worked with Media Prima before, so we do promotion and collaborate with TV station like Media Prima as well. So contoh at that time, you tak kenal kot. At that time, Scenario was the program that people will drop everything to watch Scenario. It's a weekly comedy punya sitcom. Yeah. So what we did, we collaborate with that TV program. We provide the content to promote banking products and how you promote banking product. If you notice kan, I don't know, this is zaman your mak-mak kot kan, tengok ada kush-kush kotahe kan. If you tengok, tak tahulah sekarang dia ulang-ulang kan, your parent kot tengok kush-kush kotahe, my time lah. Okay, kalau you perasan at that time in terms of advertising, of course involve PR also, involve writing everything. Kalau you perasan ada scenes shopping mall ke apa, I'm not sure, I forgot the name lah, tapi ada kedai latar belakang dia ada kedai Swatch ke Rolex ke ni semua. That one is planted advertisement, it's like, and then you buy editorial. So we did when I was with M Finance at the time. We do editorials juga, and it's planted in the sitcom. So in the storyline, we had to do, not Media Prima yang buat, because we bought that advertisement punya ni, but we have to provide them a content. How? Okay, dengan cara tu macam dia ada macam, it's like a script. So they in the script they went to the bank to open saving accounts, in a way kind of thing, without jeopardize their whole story. So we do promotion through that platform. Because why we choose Scenario at the time? Because Scenario is number one. The rating is very high at that time. So we choose the highest rating, the highest program, which their rating is very high at that time, to promote our product. So when people watch that show, of course, in terms of branding, our branding is there. So those are the things. And then we work together lah, macam we work in a team. PR practitioner team in finance, the sales, the promotion, the product development team. So it's always in a team. Public relation, we always work in a team. When we work in a team, you also need to know other people's work as well. You need to understand how the ecosystem work. You cannot work alone. You sometimes say, "Oh, I'm a PR practitioner. I just need to know about PR." No, you need to know the element, the ecosystem of the PR network itself. Then only you can succeed in your career. You know, because if you know how the whole ecosystem work, you will succeed. You will succeed as a PR practitioner. So that's how it's work. And then what you asking about the tips? That's why I always tell my interns cover. The tip, okay, the first thing when you enter your workforce, what should you do? You need to be equipped. You equip yourself. You need to know who's who in the company. So okay, takkan you kerja tak tahu siapa boss you. You need to know who is the CEO of the company, who is the chairman of the company, who is the board directors of the company, who is the person, the name. You have to remember by heart name. Siapa CEO company you kerja? Entah, tak tahu. I kerja dekat subsidiary dia. HQ lah, entah HQ. No. You need to know who's who in your company. The organization chart you need to know. There's okay, your company, for instance, you work in a subsidiary of a larger corporation. So you need to know who's the HQ, who is the boss in HQ, even though related to you at all. You work in a subsidiary, why I should know about the HQ? It cannot be that. I mean, you need to know, and then you need to know your industry. For instance, if you work with entrepreneurs ecosystem, you need to know in this industry who are the companies which is related to your industry. So when people talking about that industry, you are equipped. I mean, you know about your industry lah. People know, oh, okay, she know what she's talking about. You know, those kind of thing. And then you need also to know the current news, the current trends. You know, if you work in okay fashion industry, you need to know the current trends, what we like based on the segment, because sometimes the segment is different. Kan? You have the dinosaur punya zaman macam I, people like me is different kind of thing. You got sometimes based on gender, based on age, based on their background. So those are the things that you need to know, the tips that I need to know. And then you need to have your stakeholder metrics. Okay, PR always need to have your stakeholder metrics. You need Google what is stakeholder metric for PR. So these are the things lah. Stakeholder metric, siapa, who's who, siapa yang berkaitan, siapa berkenaan, who is your competitors. When you study everything, you dah bersedia lah. Macam you dah nak pergi exam, you bersedia dengan exam every day. Any other question? Okay.
I think that will conclude all of our questions. And as much as we would like to ask you any other question, unfortunately we have a class at 11 a.m. So the time is not really um, match
Yeah.
lah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I wish you all the best. If anything, you can just buzz me. All right. Thank you for having me. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you for your time to join this Google Meet and for your kindness to agree on this interview. Can we have a screenshot session, like
Yeah.
a photo session?
Okay.
Okay. One, two, oh, one.
Okay. Is it
All
okay?
right.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll make sure to send you the picture later.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.